Hey guys, welcome back. South 10 Beer Reviews. I'm Tyler. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. I've got another beer review for you. This is going to be Hoptimum. And this is from Sierra Nevada. This is their triple IPA, coming in at 10.6% alcohol by volume. This one, I went to one of our local beer stores today and I was like thinking beforehand, I was like, I kind of am wanting that beer. I don't know if I saw something previous, like online or on a post or something recently, but somehow I was thinking about that beer today, so I went and got it. This beer, it's a seasonal release. This is their triple IPA, like I said. The details on it says each year we try to top ourselves by making the hoppiest, most intense IPA we can muster. We sample endless hop varieties during the annual harvest to choose the ultimate mix, flavorful and aggressive yet refined. Then we push them beyond their limits to reimagine Hoptimum, a remarkably drinkable triple IPA. This one is using Maris Otter, 2-row pale malt, caramelized malts, and honey. For hops, it's using Columbus, Mandarina Bavaria, Chinook, Motueka, Eureka, Azaka, Zappa, and Amarillo. So a bunch of different hops in there, and it's using their house ale yeast. 68 IBUs. Kind of expected it to be higher than that, but whatever. And then it gives you a little bit more info on here, so we won't go into all that. I won't bore you with it. But on Untappd right now, it's getting a 4.15, which is pretty solid. So, and I don't know if I've said in recent videos, but I've just been in a West Coast IPA mood. I don't know what it is. I don't know what hit me, but just over the last month or two, I've just been craving some West Coast IPAs. I know there's some people out there now that don't even drink them, that have no idea, about this style of beer, other than thinking it's malty or whatever. But I don't know. When I first started drinking craft beer, some of the hoppy beers that I first got into, were West Coast IPAs, like Sierra Nevada Pale, stuff like that. So, I just have a special place for it, and for whatever reason, it's came back lately, and I've started, craving it, and I'm really wanting to brew one soon too. So be on the lookout in the next month or two. Hopefully I can get a West Coast IPA homebrew video. But anyway, let's crack this open. Let me stop jabbering. And Sierra Nevada is out of Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. I'm kind of assuming that this one came from the North Carolina facility, just because it's like, 3 hours away from me or whatever. But who knows? And I haven't had this beer in a few years. The can art's kind of cool. It's got like a hop, like in a suit there, almost like an old school, like a presidential portrait or something like that, or like I got something like from a dollar bill or something like that. I like the can art. It says distinguished yet devilishly hoppy. Anyway, so. Yeah, it looks like a West Coast IPA. We're using our Prohibition Day glass here, but it looks a little dark on camera, a little bit darker than in person, but it is fairly dark. Less than a finger of head. As far as the bubbles, off-white, almost a khaki-colored head. You can see some carbonation bubbles streaming up there. You can see me through it. Yo, what's up? It's that's a West Coast IPA right there, boys and girls. It looks a little different than the hazies out there these days. Those pale, straw-colored IPAs, but these have a special place. Beers like this, Celebration, Sierra Nevada Pale. There's just so many of the West Coast IPAs out there that are overlooked now, but I think some of the breweries are coming around and starting to do them again, so hopefully we see that trend start back up. Anyway, let's shove our nose in it. straight up, you get the caramel malt in there, caramel sweetness, mixed with like a grapefruit, citrus hop character. It's got a little bit of a boozy aroma to it, 10.6%. I'm kind of expecting that. Got a bit of a dankness in there. And there's almost like a toasted bread type thing in there. Yeah, it smells nice. It smells West Coast. It smells, malt forward. Well, I don't want to say malt forward, but it smells. You can definitely get at the malt character, the backbone of that. So let's taste it. It's very flavorful. I would say the hops and the malt on the spectrum, I would say, malt here, hops here. The malt is a little bit more prevalent than the hops, but you still get a nice, close to being balanced. It's a nice little dose of each. You definitely get the crystal malt. Almost everything from the nose carries through the palate. You get the malt, the crystal malt from the nose. You get the citrusiness, grapefruit. You get a little bit of a pine. You get that toasted bread, which is really nice, actually. When I think of that, it kind of makes me think of Celebration, their fresh hop IPA. So similar to that. That dankness rides through. It's not as dry as a lot of West Coast IPAs. I feel like it's got a little bit of a residual sweetness that kind of lingers in the back. But it's not gonna you could. I'm trying to think of how to word what I'm saying. It doesn't strip everything out of your mouth, like a super dry West Coast IPA. It's got a lingering, little bit of a sweetness that hangs out in there. I would say medium mouthfeel. I don't want to say it's actually boozy. Sorry about that. It's not super boozy, but drinking it, you can definitely tell that it's a bigger beer. This doesn't drink lower in ABV. I feel like it drinks around what it's saying it is, 10.6. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice West Coast IPA. Definitely kind of dangerous. 10.6%. If you drink two of these, you'll be feeling it. So, yeah, guys, let me know if you've had this one. Is anybody else kind of longing for that West Coast trend to come back, or is everybody still on the haze game? Which is no problem. I love hazies. That's probably my favorite style. I don't care to admit that. A lot of old school craft beer drinkers are completely against it, which I don't understand. We're all different. Why can't we all have our own favorites? It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own palate. Everybody has their own preference on what they like to drink. So let's not hate on it. It doesn't matter. I love several different styles of beer, and West Coast IPA is definitely one of them. So I'm pretty happy to have this. Let me know if you guys have picked it up, what you think of it, and I'd love to hear from you. So leave a comment and subscribe, and check out some other videos. Until then, guys, cheers.